Wild West, you've seen it all. From the saloons with beautiful bartenders to the lowest of the low scum of the earth. But would you have ever imagined seeing a samurai waltzing into your town, partner? Now you've really seen it all in Samurai Western. Samurai Western is an action-adventure samurai game developed for the PlayStation 2 by Acquire and published by Spike for Japan, 505 Games for Europe, and Atlas for North America in 2005. A little fun fact, but Samurai Western is actually a spin-off of the Way of the Samurai series, and I'm so excited to be covering this game as it's one I personally played and enjoyed in my childhood. So with that said, let's take a long journey from the land of the rising sun to the wild, wild west and just see how Americans deal with first contact of the ronin kind. The story of Samurai Western follows Gojiro Kiryu, a ronin who has arrived in America on a mission to find and destroy his brother Rando. As he arrives though, he soon figures out the land is under the rule of a local tycoon named Goldberg, who sends off his hired help to lay waste upon the settlements nearby. Now Gojiro must draw his sword to honor the warrior's code, find his brother, and heed the call of the battle cry. Samurai Western will run you about 4 to 5 hours, and maybe even less considering how easy this game can be at times. It's a really short game with a simple story, but has such a charm to it that I just know some of you out there will come to appreciate it and admire it for what it is like I did. It's a crying shame Samurai Western and the Way of the Samurai series were such short games, but that's the reality when it comes to underrated games and hidden gems. They don't get that much purchases to justify making more games, much less bringing those games overseas. This game is one of the reasons UnderRadar exists, and I truly hope one day this show and this channel grow to the point that game developers see that there's a demand for these unique games that take risks and innovate for the sake of the gaming community. The graphics for Samurai Western are what you would expect from the early PlayStation 2 era of gaming. It's not the prettiest you'll see in the PlayStation 2 lineup, but it's not enough to deter you from the rest of the game. And at least for me, it has a bit of charm and personality to it that I actually enjoy. The designs for enemies are basic, the designs for bosses are pretty dope, the Wild West landscapes look pretty good and really do give me that old Wild West look just right, and Gojiro has a good design himself. Oh, you don't agree with me on Gojiro's design? Well, I'd like to see you do better. Well, in Samurai Western, you can, with the accessory system this game holds. Just like in the Way of the Samurai series, in Samurai Western you can customize Gojiro's appearance using accessories to make one of the deadliest looking ronin to fight for justice to a comically hilarious joke character who shouldn't be taken seriously, but still does get taken seriously by the story characters. Honestly, this game has charm and personality in it, and it really deserves at least one playthrough in my opinion. Let me just fully disclose right now that I have an extreme bias for games that use the Wild West style of music, and games that use the old school samurai style music. So obviously I'm gonna tell you I'm in love with the soundtrack for this game. The music just gets me pumped up for every situation I'm in during my playtime, and I honestly at times immerse myself in the game and I make an effort to fight stylishly as Gojiro, doing many dodges and aerial attacks to make the experience of fighting with this music even more enjoyable in my eyes.
Who are you?
The voice acting for this game is also a treat for me, because you have legends like Steve Bloom and Phil Lamar in the mix.
Hey stranger, if you're looking for someone, you might want to check out the ghost town near here.
Is he there?
Not so fast. I don't know where he is, but if you go there, you can find out just what kind of man this town leader Goldberg is.
Prepare yourself, criminal. With the help of the good people of this town, I will defeat you.
Now wait just a minute. What do you mean the good people of this town? These jackals are all bounty hunters working for Goldberg.
Step aside, Ralph. I only fight criminals. All right, men. Let's bring him to justice.
and an underrated voice actor, but another favorite of mine, Paul Eating, as the voice of Goldberg in this game. Eating being responsible for voices like Grandpa Max in Ben 10, Roy Campbell in Metal Gear, and even the Judicator Alderus in StarCraft.
A samurai, huh? Things are getting interesting. You think you can beat him, Rado? That's the kind of answer I like to hear.
The voice acting may throw some people out of the loop for Gojiro's accent, but there are times where he actually speaks his natural Japanese language, and it's pretty great. Other than a few mediocre roles here and there,
Hey, you habla inglés?
I believe the voice acting is solid, and it really does help you get into this game's world and enjoy the story. The gameplay for Samurai Western is about as actiony as Gungrave felt for me, except this time you're using a sword instead of guns. You'll face waves of bad dudes trying to murder you in cold blood for Goldberg's paycheck, so you'll have to dodge and swivel around those bullets to deliver some swift cuts of justice all over their sorry hides. You do this through various stages, and you can even bring along a friend for some local co-op action as they play as Ralph the gunman, but be wary as Ralph cannot deflect bullets or engage in melee combat in the same way his Ronin friend can. There are tons of swords in this game that allow Gojiro to fight in different sword styles, as well as offer unique abilities to aid you in your journey. So be sure to experiment and find out which one fits your playstyle more, or that one that you find the most fun. Gojiro also has some pretty ninja-like swiftness in this game, as he can dodge around enemy fire pretty graciously and even deflect bullets with his sword. You also have power-ups in this game that can help you in a pinch, like some boots to help you run faster, or some whiskey to improve your attack power. My favorite thing by far about Gojiro is that once you knock an enemy down, you can run up and grab them, which not only lets you use them as a human shield, but they start firing off their weapon in a panic that you can use to demolish your foes. This part truly encapsulates the Wild West notion of anything goes, and it's just funny to see at times too.
You strong. Let me go. Who are you? You strong.
Now I think it's time to end this by talking about the best part of the game's gameplay, and it's the Master Mode. During your rampage across each stage, you'll fill up a meter with each kill you achieve. Once this meter is filled, you can activate Master Mode, which basically turns you into a 1000-degree knife through butter. You mow down your enemies like grim reaping souls, and your sword strikes don't even feel like strikes anymore, but just you slicing into the wind and enemies dying around you. If there's anything in this game that would make you feel like the most dangerous being on the planet, Master Mode helps you achieve that. And the coolest part about Master Mode is that it changes depending on your weapon too, so switch it up once in a while and see which fits your playstyle. Also, before I finish this off, if you hit the L2 button during gameplay, you can switch to a first-person view whilst you cut down your foes. It's nothing special, but it's still something that's pretty neat if you want to play the game from a different perspective. Samurai Western's gameplay is fun, actiony, and free. You truly feel like a powerful swordsman, and you really feel as if nothing will stop you from your mission at hand. Samurai Western is a game with a decent story, an incredible voice acting cast, and lots of fun customization and action that I feel has something for everyone. I always look at this game fondly whenever I look at the physical copy I own, but I also look at it with a bit of sadness, knowing that this game and the way of the Samurai series is pretty much over for good. Either way, I covered this game to immortalize my memory of it, and to archive it for future generations can see what old school games were all about. I'm so glad I got to share this personal gaming experience with you guys through this show, and I hope I see you guys in the next episode of Under Radar.